Foodie's been back in Syria for several days now, and to be honest, I've been sitting back and watching. Something about her health updates simply doesn't add up. And in this video, let's take a look and see if we can figure out what it is. This all started about 2 weeks ago with Foodie's trip to the Syrian hospital. She was treated for GI symptoms and a UTI. The doctor ordered lab work, some fluids, and an antibiotic. So let's call that antibiotic number 1. She was supposed to follow up with him later that week, but then she popped up in Doha. And that's where things get kind of confusing because, see, Foodie was trying to tell just a portion of the truth, but she always ends up telling on herself. For example, when she first landed in Syria, Foodie admitted to eating tons and tons of food on top of what she showed on camera. She said that in Kuwait, it was nightly KFC, it was all of those chocolates and snacks and chips, you know, the one she said she was buying for Salah. That's how she gained all of the weight that people were starting to notice. So that just goes to show the percentage of the truth that she's actually willing to share with her audience. Keep that in mind as we go through this. Let's start with the hotel grocery haul that she published 3 days ago, even though it happened when she first got there. The pinned comment on this video is that this video is old. She ate all of that food in 1 day.
What I'm going to be having in the mornings when I get up for like brunches to take with my medications.
Okay, to be fair, I do think that buying groceries for a prolonged vacation is a smart idea. Depending on where I am, I'll get things like the local fruit, bottled water, maybe a soda or two, and then I'll get sandwich stuff, so I'm not relying on room service. Now the thing is, Foodie has uncontrolled type 2 diabetes, which means she doesn't have a handle on her blood sugar. She needs to try to keep each meal to under 40 grams of carbs per meal.
All right, in this first bag, I got, I think 5 or 6 of these croissants, so I'll have one a day.
Each one of those has just under 42 grams of carbs, and she ate 5 or 6 of them in that 1 day.
I got some various flavors of Indomie, like the instant, so that you can just, you know, if I'm really hungry or want something later. I got the fried noodle. I think I got a vegetable one, curry chicken.
So she described at least 3 different flavors that she bought, and these are the macros for the curry chicken flavor. If it was just 3 cups of noodles and not 4 or 5, then we're looking at 150 grams of carbs. On top of that, take a look at the sodium. This will blow her sodium count way out of the water.
These are really good. I've had them before, the last time I came to Qatar, and just a big bag of ketchup potato chips. I'm gonna try to have just a little bit at a time, which I have been able to do. I've been, you know, eating moderately when it comes to chips and things.
I don't have a ton of time to try to find the macros for those exact chips, but here are the numbers from Lay's for ketchup chips. A single 50-gram portion has 27 grams of carbs, and she got a big bag. When it comes to the timing of this video, I'm pretty sure it was her first full day in Doha. It was also the same outfit that she wore in her first live from the hotel room when she lied and said she was in Syria. Listen to her try to describe how she feels and why she thinks she feels that way.
Yeah, I think UTI is probably sugar related. I would say that for sure.
Interesting, right? Why would she say it like that? I know that the UTI was because of my blood sugar. The truth of the matter is, we don't know who else got sick. We just know what she told us. So, consider, what if Foodie was the only one who got sick, and it had nothing to do with the food at all? Back in Kuwait, Foodie had at least 2 situations where UTIs turned into kidney infections. She was placed on antibiotics, she got fluids. I think the same thing happened here. The interesting thing is, though, instead of following up with the doctor later that week, she ran off to another country. For the week that she was in Doha, Foodie pretty much just ate. She told us this herself. Assuming that we only saw a portion of what she was actually eating, like the Outback or the room service, then it's no wonder she's sick again. So after all of the sealing around in the AC, eating what she wants, Foodie returns to Syria. Now she's saying, every time I travel, I get sick, and, well, I saw a doctor and I'm shocked. The night leading up to this second hospital visit, Foodie was complaining of being short of breath and just general unease.
I'm not on antibiotics anymore, but no, but I might need to go to the hospital. Oh my gosh. So I noticed before I left, maybe 3 days before I left, um, I started getting a bad headache. Sealing is bad for the health. I honestly think that. I noticed that I was so short of breath, okay? But like, I'm not wheezing or coughing, just, I don't know, my head feels like I have cotton in it, and my breathing is awful. So either it's my heart, a blood clot, COVID, I have no idea.
Do you see where I'm going with all of this? I'm pretty sure that Foodie made herself sick while she was in Doha with all of the food. In a nutshell, people with diabetes have to worry about their blood sugar going too high and too low. There's a saying that what goes up must come down, right? And when you have a blood sugar crash, you feel like a truck pretty much ran over you. So let's go back to Syria, where Foodie's main chief complaint is that she's having trouble breathing.
What I'm gonna do is go in the morning. Like, if I'm laying down, I'm okay right now, you know? It's just my head hurts.
Foodie has to wait until morning because Salah simply isn't there. So she keeps on speculating with her audience and eventually ends the live stream. The next day she's back.
I couldn't even walk to the toilet and I was out of breath, and I'm like, how am I gonna travel back to Syria? So I just requested wheelchair service, and they're like so nice.
I went to a hospital, a private hospital, and yeah, unfortunately I ate all those groceries in one day because I have no control over myself.
See what I mean? She'll admit that she ate all of those groceries in one sitting, but she doesn't attribute any of this to her diabetes. You saw the macros. You can add them up in your head. There is no way that many carbohydrates on one day wouldn't have affected her.
So I went to the hospital and I said, I think I'm dying because last night,
I dreamt of.
San Pedro, my breathing was so bad I could hardly walk to the washroom because your house is large and the washroom is far. I had to stop 3 times to catch my breath. I ate all the Gouda cheese to catch my breath just to go to the bathroom.
Honestly, this live was so long, I'm just going to cut to the chase. She says that she was told she has bronchitis. In this diagram from Loma Linda University, you can see what bronchitis looks like. Do I think she has bronchitis? Yes. Do I think bronchitis is what sent her to the hospital? Also yes. Do I think that that's all that's going on? No.
So I had blood work done, yeah. No blood clots. Like D-dimer was negative. So I have bronchitis.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat gives her a hard time about using valuable resources, and this is her response.
The doctors actually, they have private hospitals that you pay extra to, you know. Anyways, I didn't use a lot. I used a bit of oxygen and the meds from the hospital, we're not in an area that's in a really bad way, you know. They basically put me on this strong Panadol, an antimicrobial, strong antihistamine. You know why I have to take that at night? Because it'll knock me out. A new antibiotic, and that's about it.
Later on in the live stream, she talks about having had a nebulizer treatment, which makes total sense for bronchitis, and seeing 3 doctors. In my opinion, she went to the emergency room for the bronchitis. That was diagnosed and treated with the nebulizer treatment. If something else was found, though, then the doctor would have called in a consult, possibly internal medicine, possibly cardiology, possibly endocrinology. It's antibiotic number 2, the one that was prescribed at the hospital, that's making me question all of this. That and the lack of follow-up with the first Syrian doctor who pulled the original lab work. It makes me wonder if she was honest with them about all of her medications, her Zocor, her Forxica, the insulin. Remember, she took herself off of that, the previous metformin, and antibiotic number 1.
And I know people think third world country, but yeah, they have a lot of pharmacies. They have my medicine, they have my Cyprolex, they have...
Yes, stop forcing Salah, exactly.
So, and I got my diabetes medication, but the guy didn't want to put me on insulin.
Diabetes.
Diabetes. Because he said 186, if we put you on too many diabetes meds, it might make it too low. So, I don't know. But in Kuwait, my blood sugars were in the 400s. Now it's 186. That's a lot better.
They give you one,
Glucophage.
We bought it.
So I'm on metformin again. Twice a day.
I'm on metformin again. Foodie, when did you stop taking it? See what I mean? There's so much she's not telling everybody. In order to really understand what's truly going on with Foodie, you have to pretty much close your ears to whatever she says, hear back from doctor number 1, see her lab work, and her discharge notes. Personally, I think it has a lot more to do with her diabetes, the recurring UTIs and kidney infections, and her heart. But what do I know? Now, before I go, I wanted to just address one comment that I got. I can't even remember what video it was from, otherwise I would have posted it here. Someone suggested that I stop using the word admit when it comes to Foodie. Like when I say she admitted she ate all those groceries. The thing is, I choose my words very carefully, and that's exactly what she did. I think Foodie hides things that she's ashamed of because she thinks they might be something that you could blame her for. A UTI, for example, could be attributed to sugar issues or basic hygiene, and she just doesn't want to hear it. So she conceals it, or she mentions it in passing, like, oh, and yeah, I got an antibiotic for a UTI. In the long run, you can't hide from diabetes. Diabetes leads to lots of really bad things. Anyway, drop me a line in the comments and let me know what you think about all of this. I'd love to hear from you.